hello everyone. Hey, sorry, for the bootable bit of this, but, I had spent, about 10 minutes trying to find out whether this was the case or not, and, basically, if you ever heard of Breath of Death 7 or Cthulhu Saves the World, they are on the PC these days. And I know they've been there for a while. The creator apparently at some point put them on a site called Gamersgate, which I have heard about before, and I've heard there was like this iffy shake on whether it really has DRM free copies or not. They do have games that have DRM, but they also have games that claim to have DRM free. And I kind of researched this because I was like, I'm finding topics with people arguing whether it is or isn't, and people saying that it isn't, and some people. So it was $2.99 on Gamersgate to actually get both games. You get Breath of Death 7 and Cthulhu Saves the World for $2.99. I was like, well, it's $3 basically, not a huge loss. Several people claim there's a way of doing it, and one particular guy's post says you have to get the file, and it's not like some well-kept secret or something. Like, it's designed this way. It's kind of interesting, and I have tested it. It for these two games, it does work. You can actually get a DRM-free copy. However, the process of getting it is where people argue a lot about its DRM freeness. Let me show you here. Okay, you'll have to excuse the brutal hordness here. So anyway, so there are my downloads, and what you'll have to do, and I'm just doing this to show that you can actually get these DRM freed. It is actually made that way. You need to obviously have it be a DRM free game and buy it. Then, of course, varying on what kind of Windows, my computer is Windows 7 for reference, and there will be a reason you can one save, whichever. I do save because the files are going to become temporary anyway, but you want them to be there, and you obviously want to tell it yes. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get this window, and what it is, it's creating a special temporary file. And this is why you want the know what your operating system is. Now on Windows 7, it should put in your download file that should be under your profile folder, and you should see a folder called Gamersgate Temporary. Inside this folder, it's downloading that game in there. Now, if it's DRM free, the startup, the installation information that gets put in there, it is DRM free. So, if it is a supposedly DRM free copy of the game, you can take the setup file in there. Now, you have to take it, you have to copy it and put it somewhere else. If you install it and you don't take that, you're not getting your DRM free copy. So, here we are, and we got this. We want to now go into that temporary file, and you'll have a weird numbered file, which I'm assuming is the organized numbers, and you'll get this. Now, of course, it's just called setup, so you might be like, well, is this really the setup? And yes, it is the Breath of Death setup. So you want to. So I'm trying to use the actual camera. So you want to make sure you copy the setup. Then obviously you need to copy it somewhere else. So, and you can see my horrible desktop. Where'd my mouse thing go? There. And we want to paste. And there. That's the setup for Breath of Death 7. Now, once I actually do this, I will never have to get on Gamersgate ever again to install it. because now, like, see down here, this is the startup file, and I renamed it, obviously, so I could know what it is and put it on a backup disk. But once you do that, you have your install file. So you can now finish the installation with Gamersgate like normal if you want. And let it do all that. It'll be quick since it's a really quick, silly little game. I have it on my 360. I bought Breath of Death 7 back when the indie shit started on the 360. Now, for these games, the X and A is basically how the Xbox Arcade indie games function on PC. So it's basically just doing that. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and do repair then, I guess. I guess it thinks there's something wrong there, which is odd. Now, I did make sure these work without Gamersgate. I obviously wanted to make sure they were, and it does work without it. So, we click finish, and the installation's finished, there. And now you see you'll get this window here. And now, those temporary files, you can ask it to remove, keep, or restart. Now, I do not know if the keep leaves them in, because I haven't tried it, but this is also something that apparently confuses some people with it. Some people say that when you select keep, it like encodes the install file, and I don't know if that affects the DRM free ones. You would think it wouldn't, but several people in some of the topics I looked at claim it does. So, and one person confirmed you do have to do it while the installation is open. So it does seem like you need to do it before the installation functions. So, assuming that's the case, I'll have to just go ahead and remove that temporary file, and now I have the Breath of Death installation now. So, if I can get this reversed and possibly not, no, wrong direction, wrong color. Somebody, give me the light back. Light, you want to not be like teal color? Hello? I hate you, camera. Anyway, and that's how you get your DRM free copy from Gamersgate. Now, it is an interesting and somewhat debatable system. Overall, as long as you get the start file doing that, it's DRM free if it's a DRM free game. Now, obviously, I've only done this with these two games. Since several people confirm this to be the case of how the DRM free games work on Gamersgate, that's what I'm assuming you have to do then. So if it's DRM free, it will tell you on the site when you select the game, there's a section where it will tell you if it's DRM free or if it's not, and it will tell you what type of DRM it is. So that seems to be how DRM works on it. The reason I decided to make this video is because apparently this is really like some giant gray area. Nobody is really conformed. I don't really know why, because Gamersgate is a digital service that apparently does have fans in that, so you think somebody would done some more confirmation of this, but is that like a smudge on there? Yeah, I think there's a smudge on my camera. I didn't notice that. Oh deal. It's a little clean cloth here. We good deal? Yeah. Not sure where that came from. But yeah. Sorry about it. So basically, you just need to make sure it's a DRM free copy that says it's DRM free on there, and what I showed you should work. But again, I only can 100% confirm it for the two games Breath of Death 7, and Cthulhu Saves the World. So, in theory, I'm assuming that's how it works for all the DRM free games on Gamersgate. It is a kind of an interesting site, because when you buy a game, you get a virtual currency reward. And you build that up, and you can actually use that like actual money. It's kind of like what people want the gamer score on Xbox 360 to be for, you know. It's like, oh, can I use that as currency? Which is kind of actually interesting they would do that. By doing this purchase, I got 150 of what they refer to as blue coin. I don't know. I might look at a few other games on Gamersgate. Obviously, I want them to be a DRM free. I'm not a very big fan. Like I always say, like, Steam is like the highest form of DRM that I find acceptable. Anything beyond Steam is just ridiculous, stupid, and fucking limits you, or even outright hinders you playing a legitimate copy of a fucking game. I mean, like, Secure ROM, that shit fucking sucks. Oh, but you know, that's its whole nother story. So I hope you find this video helpful. If you were in the same situation that I was particularly trying to confirm whether you really are getting the ability to get a DRM free copy or not on Gamersgate. Hopefully you found this helpful. Obviously, to note with that temporary file, varying on what Windows or operation system you have, where that temporary file is made will vary. Like I said, I'm on a Windows 7, so that should be the location on a Windows 7. But on other operating systems, they may vary, so you might have to trial and error figuring out where it is, or do a search for that. So, apparently I stepped on a little tack thing that's stuck on my foot there. Like, not a tack, but just, I didn't know there was something stuck on my foot there. Hope you found that helpful. And if you have any questions or anything, I am very, very new to Gamersgate, so I don't know a whole lot. But if you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment or PM me or that. It looks kind of interesting. I kind of like Steam Store's design, but it looks like, you know, it's always nice to shop around, so it'll be something I'll look at. So, yeah. Any questions, leave comments. See y'all later. Edit us out. Sorry for the boy with the blah, blah, blah.